Hi everyone! It's October. We just had a Canadian Thanksgiving Day earlier and now getting ready for the Halloween season. Today I'm going to talk about the DBA program that I'm taking right now. It is a relatively new program and I remember I couldn't find adequate amount of information about that back in Japan when I was looking up. So as a student who is actually taking it here in Victoria from pre-COVID till now, maybe I could provide you some real voice. So for today's content, I prepared 5 items. The first one will be the process, how I entered the program. The second is the structure of the program. And the third is the level in terms of teacher and content and assignment that you have to handle and English level. The fourth item would be the class, what kind of courses that I have been taking and what was the most interesting class. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about the campus life. So the first item, how I entered DBA program. First, what I did was going to Spratt-Shaw Language College and I took an EPE program. Which was 3 months, very intense, a lot to do, a lot to learn, very hard. I studied very hard. I can tell I studied a lot for 3 months, focusing on the essay format. Essay writing was challenging because I have never done, and I learned how to make a presentation and of course, listening skills and grammars and many expressions that we will use in the university. So without the EPE program, I think the life in DBA program would be very, very harder. But thanks to EPE program, I feel very comfortable learning in the DBA program with other classmates and I don't think I'm behind. I can understand what the teacher is saying. I know what we are doing and I can focus on the content itself rather than language barrier. So the EPE program in the Spratt-Shaw College pathway program. I didn't know anything about pathway, but the agency that I was using, the Cocoa留学さん, told me about that program and then I took the plan. That's how I entered the DBA program. Second item, about the program structure. So DBA program is in the continuing study program in the University of Victoria. The continuing study program is completely separated from the regular student, the regular faculties, and it's just different program for certain people. And then in the continuing study program, there is a division of business administration. And then the people can take even just one course from the department. Or if you take certificate program, which is 1 year, I think, that will be CBA, Certificate of Business Administration. But the DBA that I'm talking about is Diploma of Business Administration, which is 2 years course. So it's just very specific program. To gain the diploma of business administration, we have to take 14 courses. 14 courses, it's not too hard. It's not too much actually. We have 3 terms per year. January to April is 1 term. May to August is the 2nd term. September to December is the 3rd term. I started January, so January to April, 1 term, and then I took a break during summer because I wanted to work as a full-timer. So the first year, May to August, I didn't take any course. Then the 2nd term was September to December. Then the next year, January to April again, May to August this year, I took a break. And then now I just started the 4th semester, September to December. So it's been 2 years already if I finish this current term. but I took 3 courses per term. So 3 courses by 4 terms so far. So I took 12 courses already, and I still have 2 courses left. So to next year, January to April, I'm going to take 2 courses. Then I will complete all the courses, 14 courses. So my graduation will be the end of April if I pass everything. Of course, you can take courses in summer though, but if you are considering about the postgraduate work permit, at this moment, you have to take 2 years at least if you want to get the 3 years work permit. So in order to do the plan, many of the international students, including me, are trying to spend at least 2 years in the program. So if you take several courses during the summer term, you could finish everything earlier. You don't need to spend entirely 2 years. Depends on your plan. Maybe you can adjust and you can manage your course schedule. Okay, third item, level. First, the level of content. I would say it's not super duper difficult. For me, at least. Of course, it depends on the person, but I really enjoy all the courses so far because many of the courses are really basic, beginner, introduction content mostly. So I found some of the content and knowledge or terms are similar. Something that I learned already in the previous term came up again in a different course, and oh, I know this, I've learned that before. So it's really related and connected. So I really enjoy each course. Of course, when I do reading, sometimes difficult terms are there. Also depends on the course, but there are so many Canadian law or common sense standard in Canada. If you are not familiar with those knowledge and information, you may have to learn about it. Otherwise, you get really confused at the beginning, but once you get used to it, I think it's really okay. Not too hard. So if you're taking face-to-face class, you don't have much homeworks or assignment. If you can just attend the class and join the group discussion. Sometimes you have to submit several assignments or quiz on the online platform, but I don't think it's gonna be a lot. But if you're taking fully online courses, you will have to read a lot of textbooks. So every week, 1 or 2 chapters you have to read, and then you have to submit the assignment weekly. You have to join the discussion forum. You have to post 1 article or your opinions. Plus, you have to make a comment on several students to show your attendance. Plus, you have to take a quiz usually. So quiz, assignment, discussion forum, and reading the textbook are I think the basic format for the one online course for a week. And then of course you have a midterm and a final exam. So online courses could be really challenging if you are busy. You have to do your time management, that's the key. But on the other hand, from a different point of view, if you're taking online course, it might be easier for some people who have some difficulties in English because you can repeat the lecture video as you like, and then you don't need to worry about your listening. But if you're taking face-to-face, one benefit is you can ask questions directly to the teacher. And usually in the face-to-face class, teacher speaks better, right? And it's fun. And of course, there's interaction with your classmates. So I really prefer face-to-face class. And my rule is when I'm taking face-to-face, always go to the front row. I never sit behind. I used to do, but right now I decided to sit always at the same spot in the front row. then I can directly talk to the teacher easily. If I have any question, I can just whisper and then he can just pick it up. Also, if you're sitting at the front, everyone behind you will remember you easily. So without any effort, in the bus or on the hallway, one of the classmates just came to me and then, hi, we are taking the same course, right? And then, oh, yeah. Even though I don't remember, but some of the classmates remembered me and then talked to me, so which is really nice. So I got some friends. So I like face-to-face class better. In the classroom, usually there are 30 to 40 students. And then I think 90% are international students. But everyone can speak English really well, and their speaking level is pretty high. And then I think many of them have been living in Canada for a while. They have a job. So they are really good at speaking and listening, of course. So nobody has English problem. I can't say nobody, but I think many of them have no problem with English. So before you enter the program, I recommend that you are ready. So basically you came to study business administration. You didn't come here to learn English. So you should focus on the class content itself rather than listening problems or speaking problems. And if you're not able to attend or genuinely join the class, it's such a waste of time and waste of money. Even though our program, DBA program, tuition fee is relatively affordable, super affordable compared to the regular faculties and college tuition fee, but still, you don't want to waste your time and money because of your lack of English. So I'm very grateful for that information my agency gave me about the special language college, and I'm very satisfied with the content from the EPE program. So make sure your English is ready, okay? Then you can enjoy your real university class and interaction with your classmate as well as the teacher. And the first item, the class. So I'm just going to show some of the favorite classes. The first one would be strategic leadership. This was my favorite class. It was very interesting because the main material was movie. We didn't need to buy a textbook. We just access Netflix by ourselves and then watch movie the teacher chose and then write essays. Everything was related to management or leadership, of course. So we could learn a lot about leadership and the theories and some of the concepts. The second class is somewhere around here from the elective courses. It's called Social Marketing and E-Commerce. The name was different though back then, the social media marketing. So we learned every kind of social media platform logically and analyze each attribute. So since I use social media a lot, it was very interesting to learn and see how it works from the business perspective, not as an individual user. So we learned how to write social media ad and how to run the campaign. The last class is the financial accounting. I'm just taking this course right now. I used to have a fear before. I was really scared of learning number and calculation, but actually, I found it very interesting because accounting is not calculation. We can use calculator to calculate numbers. So rather, the accounting is about theory and learning the rules, accounting rules and systems. So once you got it, you just need to apply it to the real situation. And I have been enjoying a lot making income statements and calculate the owner's equity and make the balance sheet. It's so interesting. So the last item, campus life. As I said earlier, the continuing study program is just different from other students. So sadly, there is no interaction with other students. Especially our class is evening class. Usually our class is starting from 7 p.m. and finish at 10 p.m. So regular faculty students are not there, so we just go to continuing study program building, take a course, and then go home. So if you don't try anything, you never get to see other students or make new friends, except the DBA program classmate. So what I did was, before pandemic started, luckily I was taking face-to-face class, so I go to campus a little bit earlier and then just hang around. I was studying in the library, stop by cafe, going to food court, and try to interact with other students. And I was also joining some global community activities. So I went to potluck party or movie night event, and then there I met some of the friends who I'm still keep in touch with. So that was a really good opportunity to meet new people, because many of my classmates in the DBA program are international students. So if you want to talk to native speakers, you have to try something. You have to go find them. You have to talk to them. Otherwise, you never get to see the local real Canadian student. Also, as an international student, I think many of you will think about getting a job while you're studying. And I have 2 jobs. I'm working at 2 restaurants at the moment. At the beginning, I was working as a tour guide for a travel company, but because of the COVID, it was really difficult to continue their business and I couldn't keep the job. So I was laid off once, and then eventually I started a new restaurant job. If you have 2 jobs, it's really challenging to manage your time. You have to handle all the assignments, you still have to take your class, you have to finish your homework, and then you have to do review, reading, but you have to work, and of course you want to have some free time to hang out with your friends and do your me time for relaxing and going out to dine out, or stay in your room and watch Netflix or study English by yourself. So if you want to be productive, you have to manage your time. But working is really good because I can meet new people, including coworkers and customers. It's really good time to improve your English, of course, and you can socialize and enjoy your Canadian actual life. So I recommend you try some part-time jobs sometimes rather than being a full-time student with that job, which it is really also a good option too, of course. But if you are interested in, it might be a good challenge to apply for a job and then start working. So this is everything that I wanted to talk about today. I know everything was a little bit too shallow and too simple. I wanted to get into a little bit more deeper details, but I didn't want to talk too much for a long time. So I didn't talk about the basic information that you can actually search on the internet. So about the courses or actual rules or program details, you should go to the website and look for it by yourself, which is important process. And I just wanted to share my personal experience and my personal opinion. So everything depends on it depends on the situation and depends on the person. So all my personal opinion. But anyway, I'm at the second last semester and I started thinking about my future job after graduation. I'm hoping to work in a company after graduation. So I started job searching and I have been doing job hunting as well. So I hope today's topic was a little bit helpful for you. And if you want to know more about DBA program or got some questions on that, feel free to leave your comment. And then I'll see you next time soon. Thank you.